Fox 32 has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands of dollars.
I'm out to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments. There will be anything. It will be me.
Before we dive into the controversy roiling Thornton Township, let's take a moment to honor the man who has never shied away from speaking his truth, no matter how harsh it may be. Katt Williams, the undisputed king of comedy and master of scathing, no-holds-barred commentary, is back at it again. This time, his comedic sights are centered around none other than the notorious Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who has been making waves for all the wrong reasons. The whole truth, and just the comedian who has made a career out of exposing the dishonest, hypocritical, and downright shady, Katt Williams is no stranger to controversy. In fact, he seems to thrive on it. He isn't afraid to expose Hollywood's dark side, make fun of the so-called Illuminati, or make fun of people who believe they are above the law. Remember when he roasted Kamala Harris? That was just the beginning. Katt has established a reputation as a truth-teller in a world full of liars, and his fans adore him because of it. Now imagine the scene with the Katt on stage, microphone in hand, his trademark wild hair stealing the show as he paces back and forth, delivering punchlines with the accuracy of a seasoned sniper. He is in the middle of one of his famous tirades about the state of the world when he abruptly changes course and begins to target politicians, the conceited, avaricious fools who believe they can get away with anything. The audience is buzzing, anticipating who his next target will be. Then the bombshell is dropped. The audience erupts in laughter, but there's a serious tone to Katt's remarks where you can tell he's not just kidding. He's putting Tiffany Henyard on blast, and it's about time someone did. You really need to sit down that Tiffany Henyard out there acting like she's untouchable, spending all that taxpayer money like it's monopoly cash. Who does she think she is, Brian? Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, and the supervisor of Thornton Township, has been embroiled in scandal after scandal since being elected in 2021. She gained notoriety for the reasons you would want a public figure to be remembered, such as accusations of corruption and extravagant spending. Henyard has come to represent all that is wrong with small-town politics. Let's dissect it. Hen's administration has been accused of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on unnecessary luxury items on taxpayer money. These include expensive dinners, first-class travel, upscale hotels, and even a $43,000 Amazon shopping spree that was charged to the city's credit card. $43,000 in a single day. What could you possibly need to purchase on Amazon for that much money? It's mind-blowing.
And they thought they can get away.
However, things don't end there. Critics of Henyard's claim that she has been abusing her position to enrich herself and her inner circle while ignoring the very people she was elected to represent. Stories have surfaced showing her throwing lavish parties and funding personal vacations, with not to mention the charges of nepotism with her close friends and family. She even used taxpayer dollars to improve her own image, including placing billboards throughout the town, getting comfortable positions in her administration.
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
The 10-day trip to Springfield, Illinois, purportedly in the name of Tiffany's charity foundation, Henyard Cares, which supports cancer patients, was one of the most ludicrous instances of Henyard's audacity. Additionally, the town board granted a $10,000 donation on the same day that the trip took place. Proved suspicious, but rather than using the money for the charity mission Henyard, it was allegedly used to finance a lavish road trip that cost an incredible $11,000 and included stays at posh hotels, meals at fine dining establishments, and even a personal photographer. The entire expense was charged to the Dalton credit card.
About this case, the story is you can be highly...
When Henyard began in office, the village of Dalton had a $5.6 million surplus, but now it is drowning in debt. As if that weren't enough, the Henyard administration has come under heavy fire for mismanaging public finances. When we fast forward to the present, that surplus has become an astounding $3.65 million deficit. According to her detractors, the reason a town fell into such a deep financial hole after having a budget surplus is because of Henyard's careless expenditures and inadequate money handling.
Investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered.
However, the fallout from all of this has been not only contentious but downright scandalous. The Illinois Comptroller's Office even went so far as to freeze payments to the village of Dalton because Henyard failed to provide past due audits. Yes, the state had to step in since the town's finances were in such disarray. State led by her.
So you have got just this giant.
The state government is not the only one paying notice. The FBI has also opened an investigation into the Henyard's administration, focusing on potential financial mismanagement and wrongdoing. Investigators have issued a subpoena and are looking at everything, including her spending patterns and her relationships with nearby companies. Henyard may have attempted to conceal a misbehavior during one of her taxpayer-funded travels to TAS, according to certain rumors. Should these claims turn out to be accurate, it might be the end of her political career and possibly result in criminal penalties.
The government always does it, is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing.
In a recent town hall, Henyard fought back with the bluster of someone who calls herself a supermayor. She dismissed the accusations as a smear campaign planned by her political rivals, saying, "This is all about control." Her voice was full of outrage. "They can't stand to see a strong woman in power, so they're trying to tear me down, but I'm not going anywhere." Despite her defiance, it's obvious that Henyard's walls are closing in. Even some of her most trusted associates have started to speak out, and her once loyal supporters are beginning to split. Former Henyard's Inner Circle member Carmen Carlisle recently spoke out against the mayor's behavior in a harsh statement. Carl charged Henyard with acting in a predatory and unethical manner and with abusing her position to control workers, merchants, and residents. The betrayal of Carla is merely another indication that Henyard's hold on power is rapidly eroding.
Be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why.
As the scandal develops, it's difficult to avoid drawing comparisons between the story of Henyard and the innumerable tales of political corruption that Katt Williams has exposed over the years. The comedian has always been the voice of the people and isn't afraid to speak truth to power, especially when those in positions of authority step out of line with Henyard. He's chosen the ideal target, a politician who seems to embody everything that's wrong with the system. But what makes Katt's criticism of Henyard so powerful is that it's not just about her. Rather, it's about the larger picture, how power corrupts, and how those in positions of authority frequently forget the people they're supposed to serve. Revealing unpleasant facts, and in this instance, the truth is that Henyard is just another politician who thinks she's above the law, and the residents of the town are paying for her. As Katt finishes his performance, you realize that he's done more than just make the audience laugh. He's made them think, and that's the hallmark of great comedy. Henyard may dismiss his jokes as just another criticism, but deep down, she knows Katt is right on the money because, in the end, no matter how much power you have or how many people you attempt to control, there will always be someone like Katt Williams ready to call you out on your BS.
The reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is.
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's
And let's face it, if Henyard needs anything at the moment, it's a sharp reality check. Whether it's the FBI, the Illinois Comptroller, or the public, someone will hold her responsible, and you can expect Katt Williams will be there. With mic in hand, ready to say, "I told you so," we should just relax and enjoy the show while the drama plays out, because Katt Williams will always have supporters as long as politicians like Tiffany Henyard are in office. Material, and to be honest, we wouldn't have it any other way. Fans haven't held back their opinions about Tiffany Henyard, and it seems like everyone is tired of her. Take this comment, for instance, and she'll be the youngest woman to be elected. Thank you for setting the example. The comment is dripping with sarcasm, perfectly capturing the frustration many feel about Henyard's ascent to power and subsequent fall from grace. It also shows how her actions haven't just damaged her reputation, but have also established a depressing precedent for future leaders, particularly young women in politics, who may now be subject to more scrutiny and skepticism due to her actions. In addition, there is the direct remark that she is a thief, which is an indication that she will hopefully be held responsible for her crimes. Henyard is being called a grifter, a phrase used to describe someone who takes advantage of people for their own benefit, by one admirer. The public's call for accountability is a reflection of their desire for justice in general, served, and to prevent the all-too-typical situation of a politician escaping punishment for betraying. Since the public trusts Katt Williams, do you believe she is correct about Tiffany Henyard, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Will Henyard ultimately have to face the repercussions, or will she be able to avoid them? Once more, please share your opinions in the comments section below. Thank you for seeing us, and we hope to see you soon. Until we meet again, thanks for watching Visual Vortex.